100.7 The Ticket. His Store and More, the Man Superstore Studios. This is 100.7 WQQO HD2 Sylvania, Toledo, a Cumulus media station.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lisi. 5 years after going undrafted, then signing a two-way deal with the Lakers, guard Austin Reeves intends to sign a 4-year, $185 million max extension to stay with Los Angeles. The Lakers were well aware they had some competition for Reeves and were not about to take a chance on him leaving in free agency, explains ESPN's Shams Charania.
I'm told over the last 24, 48 hours, the Lakers came to the understanding that Austin Reeves had multiple max contracts available to him in free agency. If he hit the market on July 1, one of those teams, the Detroit Pistons, were coming aggressively for him. So that's why today the Lakers stepped up to give him this deal, 4 years, $185 million.
Meantime, Lakers and impending free agent LeBron James continue to determine their next steps. U.S. men's national team captain Christian Pulisic, who's been sidelined by a calf injury, hopes to play in tomorrow night's World Cup group play finale against Turkey. Baseball, more injuries on pitching for the Cubs. Plays right-handers Ben Brown and Edward Cabrera on the injured list. Brown with a strained neck, Cabrera with a hamstring strain.
Hey, it's Michelle Smallman, and coming up Thursday with NBA free agency on the horizon, I'll tell you the one team in the West who can make themselves an instant contender with the right move. It's on Sports on Live, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Andre of the Savages here for Mama Mary's Pizza. Mama Mary's Pizza wants to celebrate America's 250th anniversary. Founded in 1776, the United States is 250 years old. And Mama Mary's Pizza wants to celebrate with a 17.76% discount on the whole menu. 17.76% off your order. Sometimes you're just too tired to make that dinner, so Mama Mary's makes it easy on you and your wallet. Something for mom, dad, and the youngsters. Pizza, salad, sub, pastas, and more. Mama Mary's Pizza in Holland on Airport and Holloway.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call low-cost airlines. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available.
Call now. Call toll free. 800-558-5635.
Upgrading to a smart home? Only Vivint offers a fully integrated smart home system. Every device works together seamlessly. Call Vivint now and get free professional installation, $200 off your initial order, and 0% APR financing for up to 60 months. Plus, you can get 24/7 professional monitoring for as little as $1 a day. Upgrade your home to a Vivint smart home. For your free quote, call
800-853-6497.
If you've been in an accident that wasn't your fault, well, your favorite attorney has a message for you. Collision, calamity, catastrophe. If you want money, you need an attorney. You need a bulldog. That's why you got to call the number on your screen now. They'll help you connect to a legal expert. You have questions, they have answers. These bulldogs will make sure people pay. And if you don't get paid, the attorneys don't get paid. Pick up that phone and call now to see what your case could be worth.
800-370-5435.
Black and white sports, where there is no gray.
I mean, they're there, and trust and believe. Watch this. As much as we would like to say we don't know if we could really look seriously at the Raptors, what you do know is that Cleveland will ultimately put a game or two away in this series by their own merit, whether it be poor decision making, where there's excessive turnovers, where they're inept from the foul line, and some other dereliction of duty that we know that the Cleveland Cavs will put on display.
Black and White Sports, weekdays from 4 to 6 on 100.7 The Ticket.
Black and White Sports, no gray.
What you don't do if you Serena Williams is allow Russell Wilson and Sierra to attend the damn event, sitting up there in damn sunglasses. That's why she lost. That's why she lost. I don't want to hear nothing about running to the corner. I don't want to hear nothing about no shots. I don't want to hear nothing about no young girls playing tennis. Damn front running. Let's ride. 1-2 step. Man, get your asses out of here.
Black and White Sports, weekdays from 4 to 6 on 100.7 The Ticket.
I know you're kind of busy just now, but I want to tell you some things I never told you. I know sometimes I act stupid and I say stupid things, but you kept me around, and other people would have said, drop that bum. You give me respect. You know, it's hard for me to say these kind of things because that ain't my way. But if I could just unzip myself and step out and be someone else, I want to be you. You're real hot.
If the papers knew we were talking like this, they'd think we was crazy. Why you?
Because I'm the best and you need somebody to teach you different. You may not understand what I'm talking about now. I can appreciate that, but you will when it's over. Believe me. You will when it's over. You think I don't have any more?
You got nothing more to prove, do you?
Look, man, this is the opportunity of a lifetime.
I got a lot of more. Come on. Here we go again.
And we wish to show the American press a small portion of the advances.
What does all this do to enhance performance?
It makes a man a better man. A great athlete, a super athlete. Though most of the world is ignorant. It's showtime! It's showtime! Come on. I wish to educate your country.
In great spirits tonight. He's really putting on a show for this capacity crowd.
Shall we have a demonstration? Please do. As you can see, the result's quite obvious. Whatever he hits, he destroys.
Okay. It's midweek, let's move. Draft night, what's new? We do have a clue of what's about to come through. Yeah, AJ, we in the state capital, see that we making something happen. Either way, start the show, get the rap. Pistons, they make history. Mexican, it's a victory. Kareem Lopez, yep. You know we in the mezzanine section looking at the top. Yep. 4 o'clock is about to drop. The Jefferson kid, he went on faith. You see what that did. G-O-D, you know how we do when we's at 3. Soon we about to see 7 years flat. What can we do to top that? Well, keep it moving. It's sports talk. They rapping. It's grooving. Yeah. And it's soothing. Yep. We never lose it. What's up, Josh? Good day. We on here. It's a Wednesday. Thank you. We did it. Look at you. You just made a beat. You did a loop. That's not even a loop. The Roots would break our neck for that. Black Thought he'd already be up off me. He'd be saying, you acting light-skinned. He'd be up off me. Good looking, Josh Burnham. Thank you for that.
It's true. I made a beat and you can dance to it.
Yeah, you did it. You did it. I'm going to tell Monty Features on you. I'm going to be like, Monty Features, you better get at it. I'm going to talk to him like Billy in Purple Rain. Like, Monty, Josh is squeezing it, kiddo. You better not. It's real. Josh Burnham, we going to clap for the loop. That's the loop. You can't even get that. That's thought versus the world, I think.
And who said I was ever out of the loop?
You right on. Let it be known. What's up, people? It's a Wednesday. We just mid-weekend. We mid-weekend off the draft. Night 1 is down. I like it. Woo! The NBA looks like it's great. The horizon looks great. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. So many places to go. Today is exciting. Yep, we got the regular names. You heard me say Impress. So we'll talk to him in a minute. But we're going to talk to Unc today. Big bro. Dennis Hobson on the move. So we got that set up, Josh. We'll talk to the big dog. He's live from Florida. Is he already left? Really, he left. Why aren't we talking about a move? We're just going to say, well, tell the people why it went on, big dog. So we'll talk to the great, Dennis Hobson today, here bottom of the hour. And then my young dog, which I hope is the first of many. And like I said yesterday, for whatever reason, we couldn't get the phone call situation tightened up. But you guys may have heard of Grant Maxey around here. Let's see. It's a little bit of success. You know what I'm saying? Started out at start, if I recall. But then again, they ended with the Bulldogs. And the boys, I think they put the city championship together. But I want to talk to the young dogs about the new class and see if he can help me, stay on what's going on, man. We don't need this old man perspective constantly. By the way, that comes from yours truly. I'm Andre of the Savages. So thank you guys for hanging. It's Black and White Sports. It's going to go on 4 to 6. That's daily. The other guy you were hearing, you're seeing on either side of the screens here going off at Black White Sports 2 is live on Facebook. But again, temporarily, that's Josh Burnham. What's up, sir?
I'm fine and just hanging in there in the loop.
Yeah,
Got a
you
great
did it
beat.
again. I know you got it. Yeah, man. Man, keep run it, Josh, for me. Let it play. Just make it subtle. You can't play that enough, as far as I'm concerned. Seriously, though, it'll get going around here for real. But yeah, it's a lot to do with it. But again, you can also catch this stream game that's going off. Go ahead to YouTube if you feel like, because you guys are familiar with that. But that too has a certain shelf life. It's all about landing at the app. So we'll do it. We'll slow walk it. You know what I mean? We'll definitely, hey, it's no problem.
Just remember
the mud is no place to, it's no play issue for us to start.
Yeah.
Just
remember, Facebook is fleeting, YouTube is forever.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, the Savvy Television Network app, that's gonna be forever. That's what you should have went with the comment with that. So do that. App stores, Google Play, iOS, Android, so on and so forth. But if you're at the crib for some reason, just go ahead into your living room and do that. Get the 80-inch boy and put that in the Roku situation, smart TV, so on and so forth, or Fire TV. But we're live all over the globe with it when we say that. So, we working on, that's how we got to 25, just like that, like bam, that many people. And we know the general counsel in position, so we appreciate that as well. But yeah, last night was electric, but we'll have a full day of a little of this and that. With that said, let me go ahead and get impressed. Let's jump off because we don't have a lot of time because I got to get, like I said, we expecting Hop here, bottom of the hour. And usually, we rock with Impress most of it. So let's get him on the set. All calls guests brought to you by Bellamere Suites Wake Up Call Line. Monty Features, he is the edge rusher, kind of when it's football, but then at this point, we basketball switching. So that's the point of being cold at both. You could say something. Impress, what's up, man? We on the here low post threat. I was saying it yesterday. I'm still not sure where I was going with it. But again, it's funny. I thought about it some more. I was like, you know what you should have said on the show?
What's that?
Monty Features is a guy, because I was saying, like, Monty didn't do it flashy like that. If you want a lot of this and that and do it. Nah, it's like somebody told him somewhere, hey, just turn. If you close to the basket, go score. And it would be that. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to think like he was turning and charging into people. But I'm telling you, every time almost, I'm saying, like, what was we doing? Why is people shooting all these shots? People is jacking up threes from the wing. And why? It's this simple. You see what I'm saying? I want to apologize to you for anything I might have done in the lane of ill-advised, you know what I'm saying? Looks from, I don't know. Sometimes guys trip out. That's when you realize the whole thing is a character play. At the end of the day, we try to figure out who's sweet, who ain't. We talking about these young cats, man, that went off last night. But yeah, man, I was like, it used to, all he would do is just, either side. Bam,
hey, man,
let's go.
My dad taught me about body positioning, man, and that's what it was, bro.
That's all it was. And I'm like, why ain't we doing that? But again, yeah, you figure that out. It's the adult life, it kicks in. As a kid, everybody's too much going on, man. But sorry about that. Sidebar again, people. This has been a continuous conversation over the last couple of days. You know what I'm saying? Monty was a good player in his day. Let's go with that. But hey, Monty, these new guys, good players, what have you, it's some great ones. But man, when we really said the class, now, people, a lot of this is highlight reels cut. What we should say is shout out to the editors who did all the B-roll for the draft last night. And these round one guys, they made everybody look really good. It's not that they didn't make those plays, but sometimes you can get caught up in the highlights of things. But no, in all honesty, though, this is a really talented group. And it's almost like you almost kind of couldn't, I don't want to say you couldn't miss, but everybody has a decent addition. I feel, at least certainly with the first 10 guys.
No doubt. Yeah. It was a quality draft. I was surprised. Like, I had to look up a couple people, but I say it was solid. It's interesting to see what they're gonna do tonight to fill in the spots, though. Fill in the missing, what I feel like some people are missing, some teams. But
let me ask you this. Let me ask you is how familiar are you with the kid from Kansas that had a lot of news
Peterson.
worthiness with this guy? Yeah. And then obviously the way Washington decided to go, because I'm gonna kind of start there because I think people have been talking about that, and I feel like now that I really got a chance to see it, I got a chance to hear the discussions with these guys, what everybody had to say, and even what the young men had to say afterward. Where were you at on that? And just the number one pick.
So I use I today I had group and I have group today again, but I used him as a cautionary tale to my kids because if you look on paper, by all rights he should have been a number one pick, but then you look at things that you don't think count that count, attitude, participation, all of those type of things. And it makes you question whether to take him number one, because like I said, on paper he should have been number one all the way around the board, right? But the thing is, it's going to test his character. Now, is he going to have a chip on his shoulder where he started to fix some of those character issues that made him number two when his whole life they've been comparing him to Kobe? You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I heard that too. Yeah, I didn't like that. I really hate when they get on that whole, like this. I understand if you want to say somebody's game, the kid might remind you because there's a skill set there that you can see somebody, but when they get into, I heard some of that. But this is the thing. I think what you're kind of getting at is like it's like everywhere in life, people, and especially the young people, any that might hear it. Sometimes when everything on paper is ultra thin, the difference might be, and maybe you're 1 point better than what they say your competition is, and you guys are the top two players in the nation or the top two executives, and we want to consider a CEO look, and everything on paper is lining up, and boy, is it damn hard for us to make a decision. Well, what Monty's saying and what was going on with our guy here, whatever the reasons were where the unavailability came in, the questionable situations come up, these are the things that people can go to. So what we want to try to do is not have our misjudgments and our poor decision making end up costing us. How do we ever know? Well, that's the reason we try not to make them. See, then we don't have to worry about situations. And then if you don't get the number one look and you did everything you could do that was correct, and it doesn't fall for us, it was okay. We don't mind because we exactly where we're supposed to be. Now, again, like you say, man, if young dog wants to use it and say, I'm motivated now to do this and that. Nah, bro, it should have been motivated for you not to miss them games on Bill Self. That's what it should have did. That on the shoulder that you're getting ready to sell us that you have now, I needed that when it was time for, because it was some big games that Kansas had.
You don't show up for the number one team in the nation at the time, like. And then that's the Scottie Pippen moment because they end up winning that game without you. You know what I mean? So it makes your value, not seem as high.
So you better get busy. We don't want to hear about nothing got pulled and we outstrained this and doing that early on. We don't need, is certainly not sitting out on nights for whatever no reason that is available. None of that involving you. Your name should not come up in anything except something about a player of the week and of a month repeatedly. And possibly, do they have a player of the damn division in the NBA? I don't even know. That's all your name should be associated with any of this. And the rookie philanthropic champion ambassador of the, that's all you better be. My number two pick. But I'm feeling like at the end of the day, impressed. DeBonza is like, we didn't really make a mistake. And this, with what the setup is in Washington, people, they showed the lineup on the screen. And if all things can be that, nation's capital is on blaze.
Yeah, they're going to be a problem.
That young man is serious. Yeah. He's serious, though. He said, I saw him, he said it. Let's get it. I'm not mad at the pick. I feel like they got it right. Yeah, let Utah deal with that, and let's see because that's a perfect character tester.
Hey, and I'm
Because if you
interested.
in Utah, you can get that together. Then cool.
Hey,
we
but
write the terms.
Quiet as kept though. The Grizzlies gonna have a interesting situation could come next year. Because I really think Boozer is a good cat, man. I really think he's NBA ready. He's another one of those guys like Harper who's been around the game, his whole life.
Invaluable. Invaluable. Dad is invaluable in this situation. And also the fact that Dad is a guy with the marginalness of Carlos Boozer. And this is not to insult him in any way because he had a solid career. And again, he was a quality guy. That's why he's a great role guy. And these are the guys who usually mentally are able to see the game, again, from the court and from the bench, because there's a mixture that goes on with these guys.
Right.
And so, you got to figure his mental, what you saw with that young man is, again, solid guy, probably be a lot like that, you know what I mean? But I think he's a little bit more athletically inclined than his dad. You know what I mean? He can do a few, not too far. I want to oversell that, but it was very Duke-like. You know what I'm saying? Them boys was very Duke-esque. They were raised in a Duke-ness. You know what I'm saying? So they fulfilled the legacy, but it's a few of them, man. I love the fact that the Sacramento people is hype about Acuff coming through. I like the fact that listen. Oh, hold on, Monty. I don't know. Hold on, John. Pull us off the camera real quick if you can. Put us back on, because I was. This might have been Steve. I don't know if you were gone already, but I was saying, I'm telling you, you guys don't know it yet. It's not gonna seem like it. Chet's ass is on his way out.
Oh yeah.
They took the Michigan boy just to be silly, in the same frame, the same style, but except my Michigan, he's more doggy. He showed you that. That's why he's out of there. I told Steve, he was like, nah, Sav. No, Steve, because it was a heart. He's mentally folded. He's not gonna. No, SGA was pissed. SGA was salty, bro.
Hey,
SGA was salty.
That after game interview told me everything I needed.
Chet's on his way out.
Chet is going to. His career might be where the guy. Remember the guy that Vince Carter dunked on that he jumped over the 7-foot dude.
Right. Okay.
There you go.
Yes. Yeah. But again, it's not that Chet played bad. People be like, well, he could have a bad game. No, man, he was scared of the people on the other team. And it's one guy in particular. We might argue when Wemby went off the floor, that's when Chet made it worse because he tried to play. Then he took his chances at doing things, and I saw it. And I was hurt for him that he went out like that, because see, that's the type of thing that make you get questionability all at the house.
Right.
Because if you try to what if Chet gets boisterous at the house and hey, she'll be like, yeah, you want me to call Vic? Babe, chill out. Who you talking to? See, that's one of those. It gets further. And see, SGA felt let down because on one, they both might get upfield, because the other one, he'll give you grace. You got the hamstring. We don't know.
Right.
But you two guys that was all in the camera with me on all the interview, and when we did the fashion model, we did all that. We was rolling as a trio with the credit card thing. See, I'm taking all of that off the table because I'm MVP. Shea Gildress can say, I can't be mad at him. And even when it was time to go down with the ship, Shea Gildress gave me that 35 on the prop.
Right.
He did that. So, hey, I'm not questioning my former MVP whatsoever. I just told you, Shea, you had the corn dogs. That's what you had. These are the corn dogs. And now you know. And they're on their way. They the man said on the telecast, Monty, it's adding addition to Chet. No. No. Chet's
and they were talking about
ready to get gone.
And they were talking about changing Chet's position to a 3 or 4. Yeah, nah.
Yeah, we're gonna change his position to a town away from here. You know. Yeah, no.
And the thing that make it worse too, if you look at it, the way that the Spurs looked against them, and then the way the Spurs looked against the Knicks. Oh, that's a double down.
SGA would have had to work. All that Brunson, we could do that. We're going to see who's the Brunson burner and who's the big body man. We're going to find out. That would have been that. And it would have been more interestinger, I think. It would have been, Knicks, y'all got one off. Let's understand. It's all good, but no, it's all bad because of Chet. The whole thing went off because Chet was corny, just like Weird Science. Did anybody see Weird Science? Remember Wyatt's brother Chet? Yeah, because he ended up a stack of crap. He ended up a pile of crap. You remember Chet? Yeah, he was in the closet. He was catatonic. The mom and grandparents was catatonic in the closet. Chet was going off, smacking people, man. You know, giving people wedgies, tripping, grown men. Like, no, my brother can't do that. I wouldn't want to do that to my brother, though. But yes, that was Chet, everybody. It was a very weird science. It was very messed up. But listen, we got a break. I'm going to come back, man. We're going to talk to the OG, man. We got to give it a hop around here, see what's going on with the Florida move. But again, oh, man, the Pistons, and I didn't get to talk about it enough, but we got to get to that, too. I like the history made. First, Hispanic-born man. Mexican-born man. I shouldn't say Hispanic-born man. Mexican-born man. Be specific with that. And so that was cool. Appreciate his reaction. Just all of it, man. The night was cool. And shout out to Hightower, too, because you're right. A lot of dads on scene last night.
Yeah.
Chris, again, I raised him. Absolutely, meaning, yep, white America, I was at the house and doing the tuck-in and the whole nine and the workouts.
Black and White Sports with Andre of the Savages on 100.7 The Ticket. ESPN 100.7 right now, traffic.
Major problem spots and typical volumes for this time of your afternoon commute. If you're seeing anything we're not, let us know. That's your Cumulus Toledo right now traffic.
I'm Lindsay Murphy, owner of Dream Green.
Chevrolet. We are proud to be the major sponsor of the All-American 250 with some great prizes. At Dunn, we believe Chevrolet is the heartbeat of America, and we are celebrating 250 years of this great country and the vehicles that keep it moving. From hardworking Silverados to any size SUV you need, we're here to help you find the right vehicle at the right price. Find yours at DunnChevy.com. Together, let's drive. That's an all-American done deal.
Black and White Sports.
Stop saying we friends. Stop telling people I'm your dog. Like, we throw that friend word around too loosely, bro. It'd be too many of y'all in rooms with other people talking about your friend. You ain't said a word. You ain't pressed nobody. You stood there and laughed right with them. That ain't what friendship is. Like, friendship is, like, if we locked in, like, that's my...
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
Black and White Sports on this Wednesday. We called it, what did we call it, Just a Wikipedia Wednesday? We didn't have nothing. We really, let's be honest, we didn't really have nothing sweet.
Life is a Wikipedia.
Because we felt like it. That's kind of what the draft to do. It's like that. These guys are brand new. They started the Wikipedia. They're just beginning a new one. That's what we can say. So that's how we correlated the game, all right? 100.7 FM in the Glass City. It's ESPN here. The Ticket. Black and White Sports, fastest buck 20, and yada, yada, so on and so forth. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Josh will permit you to text it. 877-909-1007. But we're going to move it forward, though. My man Monty Features is here, too. He's hanging, chilling. And again, Josh still here running it. I'm Andre, by the way. But we're going to get to the big dog here in a moment because there was news, and we shared the news. And I told you guys we would try to get the follow-up, and we were able to do it. So we're excited today. So just a moment till we will talk to the great and the legend himself, Mr. Dennis Hobson, who has good news, right, to discuss. So we'll do that here momentarily. But as we get back in here, let me thank my good friends at the Bassett Nut Company once again, formerly Rachel Michaels Gourmet Popcorn. Also, let me say this now. I can say it. She's next door to the Verizon store because I'm not really, Verizon is all this other stuff, and we don't have a deal with those guys, so we don't really trip like that. But it's not a signed deal yet. The sign is not up. You know what I'm saying? We don't have the sign. It's not lit up, Josh, so you can easily miss it right now.
Yeah.
But we are definitely in the relocate. It's happening. So, again, the Bassett Nut Company, formerly Rachel Michaels Gourmet Popcorn, is now up the block just a hair. Okay? If you headed down there, out there headed toward Flower, if you're going in that direction, you're going to be on the right side of the street. And like I said, right next door to that Verizon store, it's a big, it's one of those universal stores of Verizon. So you can't really miss that. But Rachel's right next to that, Bassett Nut Company, big bags of nuts for your mouth. But with that said, all guests and calls brought to you by Bellamere Suites Wake Up Call Line. You guys know it, 877-909-1007. Text messages can be left. But in this case, we're going to bring our big bro to the line, man. And what can I say? It's an honor always, but it's kind of bittersweet on this one, knowing that our man has transitioned from the Glass City and some different things that we will discuss here today. But it's a new endeavor for him. But we just appreciate him taking a minute and all of the things going on in his life right now to take a moment for us. Big dog, Mr. Dennis Hobson, the NBA champion, all right, Ohio State Buckeye legend, and so on and so forth. Thank you for being on Black and White again, sir.
Man, I appreciate you guys having me, Dre.
Oh, no. It's our pleasure, absolutely and entirely, big dog. So, listen. Oh, yeah, my people in the building, too. Yeah.
How you, man?
I'm doing well, man. I can't complain. And you?
I told you congrats online, man, but congrats, bro.
I got it. I appreciate you. Thanks.
Yeah, nobody deserves it more than you.
I appreciate it.
True indeed. Well said. Well, listen, Coach, all right, man, I know you too well to sit up here and dork around with the foolishness, man, so we're going to get right to business here today, okay? And I want to start, obviously, with the core of this move that you have going up. By the way, everyone who's not aware, okay, Coach headed to Florida Polytechnic University, okay, and we like this, we love this, we like the elevation, things going on with life. So let me proceed, Coach, because the basketball world, would look at an Ohio State icon, NBA champion, taking a whistle at a university like, Florida Polytechnic, and they think professional pivot. But I was thinking, I look at the blueprint that you have, and I look at you and at you returning to the alma mater, okay, the work at Bowser, and of course, a lot of service energy that you've displayed in this community. And let's bypass the assumption, Coach. Is this Florida opportunity, strictly a professional mission to build another program from scratch because they obviously saw you do that, or is Dennis Hobson tapping into a deeper, more retirement focus for life purpose here when you finally maybe get the best of both worlds possible?
Man, Dre, it's a little bit of both. I think, Florida has always been a spot of mine, always enjoyed it. Love coming down here every summer, enjoying this weather. And then these bones are getting old, man. So I need something to get these bones moving in the morning. But I think the biggest thing is that I get an opportunity to get back on the sidelines, and levels don't mean much to me. I get the opportunity to coach, and I don't care where I'm doing it or who I'm doing it with. It's just right. that opportunity to educate kids through the game of basketball. So I'm super, super excited about this opportunity here at Poly.
Man, now, Coach, you've traveled the globe, sir. You've won at the highest level. We know the MJ story. The Bulls, all of this. And you still though have remained firmly and assertively planted in the soil of Northwest Ohio, sir. I mean, a lot of people in your shoes, they take their equity and the major television markets, they can move to the big city organizations. Why have you've been so fiercely uncompromising, sir, about investing your post-NBA life, your time, your legacy directly back into this community?
I think I'm going to set aside all the things that you just mentioned and just say, hey, man, I'm born and raised in Toledo, and Toledo will always be my roots. Ohio is someplace that I've truly enjoyed and never, ever had a problem with it, never had a problem being there. And again, that's the city. Toledo is the city that touched me, and I want to make sure that I do the same in return for them. But more importantly, man, I'm even though I'm here, I'm still going to stay connected to the city, no matter what.
Talking to the legendary Dennis Hobson here on Black and White Sports. Monty, did you want to ask Coach?
Yeah. So you are the inaugural coach for that program. How important is that to be able to, put your blueprint and design it from the ground up?
You know what? I'm going to go back to 2007, and people don't know this, but Rolly Massimino hired me at Northwood University, which is in West Palm Beach, Florida. Wow. And it was a startup program. I mean, people don't know that, but it was a startup program. We had to practice outside a couple of times because they didn't have a gym. So again, for me, I think I don't look at levels. I don't look at the situation. I look at having the opportunity to coach the game of basketball, which I truly love. And again, like I say, educate kids through the game of basketball.
Talking to Dennis Hobson here, everybody. Coach, let me kind of pick up on some of that, Coach. And as we talk about, your legacy, you started a program here at Loris, made it a national power and things like this. Like we say, we're going on to this next venture. Listen, legacy undeniable on the court, sir. But what people don't know is there's a mentorship energy that certainly resounds in this community. You have a coaching tree. Let me tell you and take this opportunity again. I've been able to benefit from your mentorship, man, and time spent that's off the books, all this other kind of things that people will never know. So I thank you. I appreciate your consideration, even to be a part of this coaching tree once upon a time. You know what I mean? So just that recognition, that meant the world. So I can't imagine guys who've been able to align with you and be able to work directly with you and again, under your wing. Talk about that a little bit, Coach, and what that does in driving you and what you've been able to put together in terms of your legacy.
I think, Dre, when you talk about that coaching tree, it's unfortunate that the tree that I started under, which is Rolly Massimino and a Louis Orr, they're no longer. They passed on. And in this business nowadays, it's all about starting a coaching tree. And I'm fortunate to have a group of guys like a Jake Dupree under me. And actually, he just got a a new job in Louisiana. Kudos to him. Shout out to him. But again, it's very, very important nowadays when you're talking about the whole coaching piece, because it's so hard to get in. You better have a good friend, or you better have a mother or father that's in the business, because if you don't, it's very, very difficult to get in. So again, I'm excited for this opportunity. I'm excited for the guys like Jake and Brett Loft, guys that I've worked with, and we just want to keep this thing rolling.
And Coach, you talk about some of these high character individuals and wanting to continue and having individuals who handle business in a certain way, and certainly guys in the classroom and so on and so forth. How did the humanity of maybe walking the halls at Bowser, combined with a standard of excellence that you obviously established at Lords and so forth, shape the specific cultural DNA that you're bringing down south here to ensure, this next group of athletes and people that you're going to work with understand that the sport is merely a vehicle for what we can do in our lives?
I mean, again, I always say it's not about the sport; it's what the sport can do for you. And it's funny when you talk about Bowser. I had the opportunity to touch more than just an actual team. You're touching an actual school, and it's just great to see those kids and be around them every day and just talk to them and see some of the things that they're going through, and just try to coach them through whatever it is that they might be going through. So again, I'm going to incorporate some of the things that I learned at Bowser, coaching a ton of kids, over to where I am now at Poly, where I'm only coaching 13, 14 kids. But again, for me, man, even if you're not an athlete, I mean, if it's something that I can give you that's going to help you in the long run, I'm here, man. I'm here for whoever. Again, I'm fortunate that it was given to me through my childhood up until now. You know what I mean? Like you said, Dre, me and you, we talk all the time. We argue. We talk and we argue. We go at it.
Oh, man. Stop it, man.
We go at it. We go at it. But I love you, man. And again, you've taught me things, and I'm sure I've taught you things. And because same with you. It's just one of those things, man. You're constantly learning and you're constantly teaching. So again, it's not about the game, but it's what the game can do for you.
Now, as you
Thompson in here, go ahead, Monty. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yep. No, I'm sorry. So as you build this program, what kind of characters are you looking for to build that program?
You just said it. I want people of character. My thing is family, integrity, balance, respect, attitude, and leadership. And I want guys that's going to come in and mimic that. And the biggest thing is in coaching, man, you want to be able to trust people that you recruit. You want to be able to leave the facility, go home, go to bed at night, not worry about getting phone calls about such and such being arrested or such and such doing something unethical. So at the end of the day, man, you want to recruit people of character, people that you can trust and rely upon, and people that's going to do the right thing. And if you can get those type of guys, you can definitely educate them in regard to the game of basketball.
Coach, man, we appreciate you, man. And again, I know you're very busy, so I told you I wasn't going to hang you up, man, and take up a lot of time today. I just appreciate you stopping and letting the people know what's going on. They've heard it in the news, this and that, and we wanted to hear, wanted the people to hear it straight from you, man. So we just appreciate you.
I appreciate you guys as well.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Dennis Hobson, everybody. All right, Black and White Sport.
Hey, cousin, we got family down there. I'm gonna have to call you and link you up.
Let me know. I appreciate it. All right. Love you guys.
Love you too, sir. Appreciate everything, man. One only Dennis Hobson, everybody. Black and White Sports, exclusive material. All right, we will be back. Continue this thing, man. Grab Maxie later. We got a hell of a show going on. It's a Wednesday. It's a Wikipedia. Maybe do that. We got our thing, Josh. Improve it. We got stats, Josh. Look yourself up, man.
Okay.
Stay close. Andre of the Savages is just warming up. 100.7 The Ticket. ESPN 100.7 right now, traffic.
No major incidents, no unusual slowdowns for this time of your afternoon commute. A heads up, though. The traffic lights are not working. Alexis both directions at 75. That's your Cumulus Toledo right now traffic.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Make sure your family is well taken care of with life insurance. Protect your phones, laptops, and more with electronic device insurance. And cover your furry friends with pet health insurance. Round out your protection with life, phone, and pet health insurance from Progressive Insurance.
Andre of the Savages here for Mama Mary's Pizza. Mama Mary's Pizza wants to celebrate America's 250th anniversary. Founded in 1776, the United States is 250 years old. And Mama Mary's Pizza wants to celebrate with a 17.76% discount on the whole menu. 17.76% off your order. Sometimes you're just too tired to make that dinner, so Mama Mary's makes it easy on you and your wallet. Something for mom, dad, and the youngster. Pizza, salad, sub, pastas, and more. Mama Mary's Pizza in Holland on Airport and Holloway. This Thursday.
Go ahead, light up at your new favorite spot, North Coast Cigar in Port Clinton or Havana Cigar Outlet in Norwalk.
For an array of classic and creative pizzas, visit Pizza Cat, now with 2 locations in Toledo, one on Monroe Street and one on McCord. You can build your pizza as weird as you want it. To place an order and earn perks towards future orders, go to pizzacat.com. Pizza Cat, keep pizza weird.
No cats have ever been harmed in the making of this pizza.
You can't stay how you are. You got to go out there and try to be better mentally and physically. You can't lie. You got to be somebody who's able to look whoever in the face and tell them the truth about who you are and hope you can work it out from there.
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
On 100.7 The Ticket.
Hell of a first hour around here, 100.7 ESPN. It's the Ticket in the Glass City. But it's Black and White Sports during this window. 4 to 6 is what it is. first part wrapping up. We're going into the locker room at halftime to talk about it. We like what we did offensively. Things were solid. The Dennis Hobson work was quality stuff. We want to salute, impress right there. We feel like, hey, man, that's a rhythm thing, and we like that, so we love it, man. It was a beautiful thing, Josh. Good work out of you. Let's keep it going. We're going to try to keep it going. Some games you have it going in the first half. We don't want to lose it.
Spurs.
We don't want to squeak it out,
Sometimes we can be like Jalen Brunson. We heat up late in the game and finish the style.
We will do it, Josh. Absolutely. That's why you can't really tune out. You think you can listen to the front end and be like, I know what they do at the back end. We don't listen after like 5:15. We're out. Don't do that. Especially not today. We're going to cook today. We go a little later. Talked to my man Grant. He hit me and said we might have to come in 5:30, but then we got the return. Sandman is back today, Josh. You think so? At least by phone. He might even it might not be video today, but we should get Sandman back. He's been under the weather.
Yeah, I'm glad he's feeling better.
Yeah. We welcome that. And so, second hour is going to be excessor pay. But shout out to our man Dennis Hobson, man. Thank you, big dog. Big bro came through. And just let everybody know what it is. And I'm just happy for him. It's time to roll, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate the Bowser look. A lot of people, because again, Monty, think about it. A lot of the people, and we have a few at this point who have, been blessed to make a name from our fair city here. It's unfortunate though. Everyone doesn't have the same attitude. Imagine if everybody got something off, had that, and just did even half of the way,
a little bit.
Yes, I know he was an entrepreneur. He was a businessman too. So he probably made a couple nickels here and there. Who can begrudge that? But again, the feeding into the things, I know for a fact a lot of dedicated time that went off, nobody paid for, and just a lot of subtle ways and things. So the overall collective, what you ask people to do who were born and groomed by this, again, we just saw Chris Wormley do it. But everybody doesn't feel that way.
But you know what? The people who do it, you find that those doors continue to open for them. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah,
of course, no doubt, man. So we'll shout out to Coach again. The legendary Dennis Hobson was just with us, so we always appreciate that. And he's been through it, man. Since I've been doing it, man. We coming up everybody on the 7-year anniversary. Hop was on with me in the first year. We knew wasn't a damn person listening.
He's the basketball life. He also was the leading scorer of the 1989-90 New Jersey Nets at just under 16 points a game.
You know what's crazy? You guys probably want to see that and really hear it. I'm going to try to dig that up, Josh. We should put something into the anniversary show because it's funny, like Josh talking about that, it reminds me because Den was like, he didn't really love it coming to the Bulls. Because you see what I'm saying? Because he was cooking. You want me to now go sit and you know what I'm saying? I got to go over here with MJ knowing I'm never going to see the floor really. And I'm still proud. Yeah, we're going to get down and practice. Imagine what that's like. That's your matchup at practice, right?
Every day.
So just that. But he didn't love it. I remember him talking about that. He didn't love it going there, whatever. But, opportunity. He definitely appreciated the championship. And, of course, that part. But, again, as a player, Dennis Hobson was strong with the net. He was everywhere. It was cooking.
Right.
And he had to change up his whole life situation with that.
Yeah, glad that he left the basketball purgatory in New Jersey to go to a champion.
And that kind of goes towards what I was saying yesterday when I was talking about Jaylen Brown saying that, last year was his favorite season. You know what I mean? It might not have been his best season, but it's his favorite season because he got to get down. And even if they didn't, win the championship, and Hop is the opposite. He was getting down and then he had to go throttle it down to win the championship. And he might not have enjoyed it, but you know what I mean?
It certainly has served. It looks like it has served him better. No one could argue. I don't think, and if he came back on the line, he'd probably say he wouldn't change anything the way it went off. But let me come back to that, man. Talking about man, Monty Features here, everybody, Black and White Sports on this, what we said, it's a Wikipedia Wednesday right now, off of night one of the NBA draft. We've talked about a few of those things, a couple mentions. I'm going to do it a little more in depth. I'm going to talk to my man, Grant Maxey, later. That's my young dog, man. And he, so we're going to set up, well, matter of fact, he got his own podcast. I'm talking about that too later, but we'll get into a lot of some of the happenings and proceedings of last night. But as we round into home here on the first hour, you mentioned the thing with Jaylen Brown, man, and I definitely wanted to come back. So thank you for saying it and reminding me. I'm not sure, though, Monty. I agree with you in terms of him. Yes, he can say it. And I don't know if I begrudge him for feeling it as a human being and saying, yep, I probably had the most fun in essence in this particular season because I was really able to maybe put my situation on display in a way I have not been able to thus far, even though we had success. Now, the only problem with it, though, Impress, is like he tells us it's one of those things that in this professional landscape, and Lord knows, I've had to kind of learn these lessons too in a very difficult and a lot of times abrasive manner where you just can't say everything you feeling. We really got to weigh. This is the part of the professional when we got to weigh all potential circumstances and watch this, Impress. If I'm saying, because see what will happen, guys will say on an entirely different hand, I'm a team guy. I'm always sold out to the collective and the idea that the we must be all in. So even though didn't really hurt anything, nothing going on, but I probably have selected the worst timing ever to make these particular remarks because no matter how I try to spin it, Monty, I can't sound unselfish by saying that that's still, watch this, Monty, even though I can say it, that the fact that it's even a concern of mine, though. See, a lot of guys will tell us, and I'm not saying everybody means the bull crap, but I'm saying at least they will sell it that, like, know what, no matter what's going on, I'm strictly about and sold out to the idea of that. Like Brunson will tell you, even though you can see he got a chip on his shoulder, got the attitude, got all that stuff, but he's only going to let it be said, I'm only thinking about all them guys in the locker room. And everything that I'm even doing is really primarily focused on that. So I could never have a good season that's my favorite because I benefited the most and this team didn't win anything. That's where I say, and hopefully you can feel that. That's just the Andre Savage look on it, but I wouldn't have said it.
I understand it, but again, and this is just my take on it.
Yeah, no doubt.
One, he won the chip. They already won the chip. Even in the chip season, he still kind of, even though he won the MVP, he still kind of played second fiddle the whole time.
Right.
The second thing is that it wasn't like he was the cause of them losing because he got busy still.
I get you.
Even though they lost.
No question.
You know
No question. And I like his game too. Don't get me wrong. I'm a fan. I like Jaylen Brown playing. Right. I like the player.
And so I'm just of saying, like, if he's saying, like, man, I've been carrying the us the whole time. And even in my mind, even though I've played the number 2, in my mind, I felt like I was number 1. And this year I was able to display that I am number 1. I really enjoyed being number 1.
No, I feel you, man. I got you. But listen, it's just a angle on. I was just thinking about it, like no matter what, he's still, I feel like he's clever enough and he knows to stay away from things. I still feel like he wants to be out of there. I still think no matter what they say or they tell me, I feel like he wants to be up out of there. You know what I mean? So he didn't got it done. He's
gonna be gone now. There's no, like I said, I don't think there's no salvaging that.
Yeah, you can't go back there and talk about any of that. You know what I mean? But hey, man, hell of a job today. No, thank you very much too, man. You know, rocking and rolling with Hop and everything like that. Because I didn't necessarily tell you that was even coming off today because I didn't know. You know what I mean? So we kind of got him in the last minute sort of window. So that was incredible, and we appreciate him for doing that in the first hour. Monty Features was here on this first hour. All right, appreciate you, brother. Thank you very much, sir.
Have a good one.
You as well. All right, we will talk to Monty tomorrow like we do. And again, we will talk to you guys on the other side of this thing, hour number 2. We will be back in here at about 5:05 to be exact. So make sure you're in attendance. We appreciate it when everything is perfect on the attendance front. So follow up with that, okay? 5:05, we'll be back, hour number 2, man. I'll talk to my man Grant, talk to Sam, man, all of this going on, and a lot more draft considerations. And I got some plays for you too, okay? 5:05, see you then.
His store and more, the Man Superstore Studios. This is 100.7 WQQO HD2 Sylvania, Toledo, a Cumulus media station.
Maybe you want to keep your legs active while you work, or you wish to support your therapy at home, or you just want to build strength, increase your mobility, flexibility, and boost your circulation. Ellipse was made for you. Power-assisted exercise that frees your mind to enjoy your favorite seated activities. Just plug it in, place your feet, select your speed, and relax. Ellipse does all the work for you. Call now.
800-580-6475.
Here's a great way to save money on your prescription medications. If you take Viagra or Cialis, we can give you a way to pay as little as $2 a pill. Compare that to prices as high as $60 per tablet. Call now with your prescription and pay as little as $2 a pill. We offer 24/7 service and always free delivery and confidential packaging.
Viagra, $2 a pill. $99 minimum order. Call 800-925-5313.
Landscape and Design. We are a local company in Holland and have been in business for over 20 years. No project is too big or too small. We do it all. Services include weeding, organic weed spray, custom designs, fire pits and places, erosion control, gutter pop-ups, retaining, and garden walls. We are your outdoor living experts. New clients receive 15% off of their first project and labor. Just mention this ad once you receive your free estimate. DreamGreenToledo.com. Dream Green, making your space your favorite place.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like a hospitality manager at a 5-star hotel.
So I just checked into room 318, but someone was in there.
Room 318. Oh, you were supposed to be booked in 813, which is now booked.
So what do we do?
How about rock, paper, scissors for who gets the bid?
This is a job for sponsored jobs. This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing a lawyer, but getting some guy who just watches courtroom dramas.
How does the defendant plead?
Guilty. Wait, what? Also, objection.
You object to what?
Erroneous.
Counsel, approach the bench.
Hey, can I get a whack at the gavel?
You wouldn't settle for just any lawyer, so don't settle for just any insurance. Get the real deal with State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
$500, a 2.5 carat lab-grown diamond solitaire ring. We're celebrating 250 years of America during the Allen Miller Jewelers Stars, Stripes, and Diamonds sale now through July 31st. Located at the corner of Navarre and Coy in Oregon, where Allen still proudly holds the title King of Diamonds. 12 months interest-free financing available on qualified accounts.
The only 3 words you need to know. Allen Miller Jewelers.
Hi, it's Greg Dunn from Dunn Chevrolet. We are proud to be the major sponsor of the All-American 250 with some great prizes. At Dunn, we believe Chevrolet is the heartbeat of America, and we are celebrating 250 years of this great country. and the vehicles that keep it moving. From hardworking Silverados to any size SUV you need, we're here to help you find the right vehicle at the right price. Find yours at DunChevy.com. Together, let's drive. That's an all-American done deal.
All right, Glass City, back in here. It's a Wednesday, Wikipedia Wednesday. Sorry about that. We had a little hiccup. Some more of this copyright stuff. Listen, it's a wild zone. This is why we got to move this thing to the app. We probably shouldn't have reconnected the Black and White Sports page today, but it looks like we have. So we'll cross our fingers here. It could be a highly volatile situation. But again, that's not the focus right now. What is the focus is things like gas, groceries, utilities, everything feeling more expensive right now. That's like the mindset I need you guys to tilt to. Why? Because your internet bill doesn't have to be more expensive right now in contrast. You see, with Rocket Internet, you can get fiber-powered internet starting at just $9.99 per month, people. Yep, unlimited data, no contract, and a 3-year price guarantee. What you pay on day one is what you will pay on day 1001. Listen, here's the deal. Rocket Internet offering you 600 megabits per second for only $9.99 per month or 1 gig for $19.99 per month. Biggest name isn't always the biggest deal. Both plans include Wi-Fi equipment, unlimited data, no contract, and a 3-year price guarantee. Visit GetRocketInternet.com or call 5673-ROCKET to check availability and sign up. Rocket Internet is a prepaid internet service. Professional installation is required and a one-time activation fee applies. Offer subject to change or may be canceled without notice. Visit or call 5673-ROCKET for full details.
Welcome back to Black and White Sports with Sav Sinclair.
Good afternoon. My name is Montgomery Blair Sibley. I'm the attorney for Sinclair. First, the National Press Club rents space. They do not condone or endorse the views of the people who rent the space. And as a result, he's allowed to get up and say what he wants to say. Mr. Sinclair is going to make a brief statement. You will be provided copies of that statement once he's done. And after that statement, he will entertain any reasonable questions and try to answer them. The procedure for doing that will be this microphone because we're being recorded and we want to make sure your questions are recorded so that we get a full question and answer for the video that's being made today. That said, Mr. Sinclair?
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
And away we go on this Wednesday, middle of the week, everybody. We are getting through it. We see the thing is shifting. I went from sunlight to, again, no light. It's trying to get gray. Let's remove it. Hour 2, Black and White Sports. There's none of that around here. What? Like I said, gray. You guys are here, though. Second hour, coming out of the halftime locker room. We appreciate everybody locking in with us. 877-909-1007. You can text it because Josh said so.
That's right.
That's that. I'm not involved. I don't want to be. I have no part. I'm not in it, so you can't hang it over here. I'm politically correct. My name is Andre of the Savages. Josh Burnham, as you just heard, is here momentarily. We're going to be joined by my man Andy Sanzada, the Sandman, back in here off of illness, hiatus, and so forth. Shout out again. If you missed hour number 1, you can certainly watch it again. It'll be uploaded by about 7 p.m. Eastern inside the Savvy Television Network app. Go ahead and download that today. But you can rewatch that there. Dennis Hobson was in here hour number 1 telling you what the move is about, the Florida situation. All right, polycentric. So we appreciate him and him sharing some time with us, man. Monty Features was here in the first hour. So salute to that, like he always does it. A little bit of draft talk. So we'll do more of it, like I said, in this frame. My young dog will be through here later, Grant Maxey. You know that name also. He's doing things on his own out here. Media mogulist on the rise. I'll share that in a moment, but we'll talk draft because I got to hear from the young dogs, see what's going on. They can put my perspective on point. So we'll see if he can do that. All right, so don't go anywhere. It's hour number 2. You might dig. Fastest buck 20 in sports. Also, too, don't forget we are live on the Savvy Television page at YouTube, and of course, again, we back live at Black and White Sports on Facebook. We don't know. I'm nervous. Josh didn't mean it, but again, Josh, remember, yes, I don't blame you because you're the radio guy. You can play whatever you want, but you know these jackals, man, they on another page here, and it's their world, their thing.
If it was up to me, there would be no Facebook at all. It would
We
be
understand
just
that.
YouTube
But,
and your Savvy app you talked about.
Well, thank
I would
you.
be happy with that.
Well, thank you, Josh. Thank you. I'm glad that the Savvy app can stay.
Yeah, I mean, and I like YouTube. I mean, Facebook can go to hell for all I care.
Well, hopefully, listen, the views of Josh Burnham, listen to my friends at Facebook and Meta, are not the views of the Black and White Sports Radio Show. And of course, again, our partners, affiliates, and again, advertising associations. But yes, it can get a little problematic. That's all. But we got to be careful. So we lost it, everybody here today in the intercession. But it happens. Let me see, man. I'm trying to get Grant's podcast too, because he's serious too about it though. He's serious on the NBA. He's a former ball player anyway. Very energetic young man. So I can't wait to talk to him today, man, just to get his whole perspective on all things. I gotta find his hookup though. He's gonna trip out on me, man. Oh, it's Max Dollars. Is that what it is? Max Dollars? I think that's his podcast. Josh is Max Dollars.
Sounds
I
apropos.
it's not, I think that's it.
Get the max dollars, but don't get maxed out of dollars.
Sure, yeah, I'm gonna get on him. Like, man, you gotta post this different though, young dog. Like, this has to be more evident. We should not be guessing. I mean, you got the work. We see the longevity. We see that you putting in the time on it. Boy got his model game going off. He's serious here. We're going to talk to him later, man. We get this together, man. We talk to Grant and get our NBA work in. All right, let's move it, though, Josh. Also, before we roll, these are the minutes we call mozzarella, if I'm not mistaken, because hour number 2, is underway. And it's very important to mention that there is promotional consideration from our good friends at Mama Mary's Pizza, everyone. We really want to stress and spotlight, accentuate, if you will. We are online, mamamarys.com, online. Mama Mary's Pizza online. So here it is. mamamaryspizza.com. When you order online, in commemoration of the 250th anniversary of this nation, 17.76% off all orders, the entire menu, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, please, let me repeat that. mamamaryspizza.com, and you are ordering online. And what's going to happen, regardless of what you order, 17.76% is going to be deducted from the total. So please be advised of that and make sure you interface with our friends at mamamaryspizza.com, the home of authentic New York style thin crust pizza. And if you just have to be belligerent and make the phone call, then 419-867-9991 would be your avenue. All right. But make contact again. Mama Mary's Pizza.com, 1776. All right, we continue. Second hour is underway, and as I mentioned, I guess we sort of excited, Josh. All right, all calls, guests brought to you by Wake Up Call Line, Boots on the Ground, the Reemergence. We didn't really get the update to. He just one day he popped out. We haven't seen him since, so it's good that he's alive. We appreciate that part more than anything, ladies and gentlemen. And fiber optically, he joins us today from the road and makes it an authentic traffic jam conversation. Andy Sanzata, welcome back, sir.
Good to be back, boys.
Yeah, man. Good to have it's man, but listen, I'm gonna be honest, man. I was very bothered. Not that I understand you going through your thing. I'm gonna be honest. This is Andy. I'm living in a transparency mode. I'm trying to be a very honest man, and I let it loose. It's therapeuticness about it. It's nothing of an insulting. I'm just telling you. I was like, I was crushed, and my spirit was dashed because I wasn't going to get to talk to you. I didn't get to finish the U.S. Open conversation. Again, it was electric. You know how it went off. You had, Clark fending off a tirade of they were all chasing him. You had that, again, of course, yes, we had draft last night, but I had World Cup conversations, just a bunch of Andy stuff. There's tennis. Serena's going to do the solo act. You were already irate. And again, we had Steve on and then, and a lot. So welcome back, man. But we're going to catch it up. We're in motion.
Yeah. No, it's good to be back. It was just bad timing, but, had an upper respiratory infection. So it's a little hard to focus on talking on the radio when I can barely talk as it is. So
no doubt.
Yeah, but
no doubt,
I'm good now. I'm on the mend. I had meds and all that stuff, so I'm good.
Yes, sir.
But quick thoughts. Just quick thoughts on the U.S. Open. I was really happy for Wyndham Clark, just because everybody turned him into the villain for no reason at all, and I didn't like that. So I was happy that he held on. I think it was an amazing performance by Sam Burns to make it that interesting on the final day. But when it's all said and done, he won his second, and I was really happy to see that. Lot going on in the World Cup, some upsets, and Team USA clinching, and it'll be interesting to see if they play their starters tomorrow or not. It's a game they don't need. It doesn't matter other than just bragging rights, saying that they went undefeated, which, to them means something, but I don't think it means let's play our best players and risk injuries. So
yeah, injuries, yellow cards, and so on.
Initial thought.
No, I got you, brother.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Andy Sanzada, everybody back in the building with us here today. But like you said, man, and the U.S. thing, tomorrow. I still think though, there has to be some degree. I think maybe everybody gets maybe, I don't know, a little work though. There's something to be said for all of it. I don't know. You know what I mean? I guess it's a different framework. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you keep it light.
Play most of the starters one half. And then, but you can only sub out 5. So you got to be smart about who you think can go the distance and that type of thing. So I definitely would not play Pulisic even if he's ready to go with a calf injury like that. It's too risky. So I definitely would sit him. I would probably sit McKinney. I think he's too valuable. I would sit Freeman. I think he's too valuable. So, Richards is another one I would sit as well. So we'll see what they do. But it's been a fun tournament so far. It's been really entertaining. I've been watching quite a bit of it, actually. And, some of these other groups where they were supposed to have clinched have not. And that's, like last night, for example, England and Ghana tied, 0-0. Either one of them could have won their group if they had won that match. So just a lot to keep an eye on, I think, over the next couple of weeks.
No, absolutely, man. And again, I'm glad you kind of, capsulized the Americans a little bit. But there's still something about this, and this is, I guess, a very, I want to say it's an intense tournament. It isn't the longest couple of weeks ever. So I still think, though, Andy, you let these guys run up and down. Maybe you give them the half, whatever, what have you. But I feel because their bodies need to feel the rhythm of being able to play on a schedule that they were intending to stay on. You put a gap in there and then you try to come back because you're revving up the intensity for wherever it's worth. We get that it has been intense thus far, but everybody has made it clear in every nation that we're going to another level here in the knockout round, and we know this. So because of that, just let guys' legs get up and down real quick and then put the warm-ups back on just so your body. It's almost like I guess what I'm speaking to is I need to trick my body and make sure it understands that, hey, I was expecting to get running here. Now, I've this is what it was, you know what I'm saying? And physically, a gap that we were prepared for, schedule-wise, I just feel like you got to see some of that than just having these guys not run at all. And then here we come, and the first opponent, whomever that is, again, it's a do or die thing. It's going to be a lot more crucial. But I do agree with you on your guy, my man calf injury, because I'll give you that one, because I actually heard guys on the expert level tell me that, nope, this is going to be a tactical part of the situation. If this guy gets on the field, we're going to try to crack his ass, and we're going to try to make sure that he doesn't get out of here unscathed. So I'll give you that one, Andy, only because I heard it said. So maybe you don't let that guy run. He's not doing anything. So, but there you go.
Yeah, no, and again, it's a meaningless match in terms of points, in terms of advancing. You've already accomplished that. So you just got to be smart. You got to find the right balance, Sav, of to your point, of playing the guys because they're in the condition to be ready to play.
Right.
But not wasting what they have in case they do get hurt. So that's the difficult decision that coach has to make. But he'll make the right one. I mean, so far he's been proven to be the right guy for the job. I really like his approach. I like the way he handles the media. I just think that it's what's been missing from U.S. soccer is the leadership. And it's now that it's there, you're seeing the players respond to that.
Talking to Andy Sands out of here, everybody, welcoming him back on a little bit of a hiatus. Andy, let me ask you, are you cool? Are you good on time? Can you stay maybe through the hour? I'm going to have Grant come in here later, but that's a specific purpose because I want to go somewhere if you are. If you're out of here in a minute at the bottom of the hour, then I'm going another place.
Yeah, no, I'm driving home, so it's up to you how long you want me on today.
Okay, no, it's all good, brother. I appreciate you, man. Thank you, though. No, I just wanted to make sure because here's where I want to go, and I didn't want to sidestep for this bull crap, but I'm going here now because we'll come back NBA draft. That's, like I said, I'm having a young dog in here in a minute, and we'll do that. We'll kind of finish it out and get back to the NBA stuff tonight, and obviously night number 2 is going on, etc. But listen, I don't know where you've been at here and how you maybe been, sort of switching or absorbing the Sorsby situation. But this is what I wanted to say about it today, because I don't like talking about it much, but a lot of people giving the NFL some credit that I kind of was handing out yesterday, I think, when we were discussing it, and my initial sort of conversation was speaking to a notion that no, the NFL wasn't going to allow, and they are demonstrating a certain level of integrity that could be assumed. And I want to retract everything I was on yesterday, because I'm telling you, Andy, you're the first one to hear this. Too bad Monty wasn't here for me to pick this up, or Steve Taylor, but I have figured out the NFL's bull crap and why is Sorsby so important, and every bit of everything that has happened. Sorsby is a plant. He's a plant. The NFL is trying to convince us by tricking the public that we are on the level and that we have a standard, that we are still integrity based, and we represent something of honor. We picked this guy, handpicked him. We're going to sell you the idea that he's an extreme talent. We're going to run through this entire gamut and charade about a therapy. And we got a guy. What guy would admit that he did that? Nobody, even Pete Rose, if he did it, was smart enough to take it to the grave. And an attempt at the end of the day, mentally, I'm taking that to the grave. If you got me to say it, you made me say it. In any case, you made me say it. That's me, ladies and gentlemen. My own speculation. I'm not buying it. The NFL has found the perfect vehicle. You know why, Andy? Because I heard too many guys amped up and standing up like, way to go, NFL. We can never say way to go, NFL, except for stealing all this money. Way to go, because your hookup is ironclad. Your system is ironclad. This is some garbage. This is nonsense. But I'm sorry. Thank you. But go ahead. Anything on Sorsby, Andy?
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of with you in the fact that when you have a player that's has openly admitted he's gambled on games he's played in, and he wants to play in the NFL, that is exactly what the NFL wants to avoid. They don't want guys that are part of their shenanigans, if you will, right? They don't want guys that know what's happening on the inside in terms of throwing games or putting up certain numbers or that type of thing. So I think that the NFL is looks at him and says, hey, this guy could reveal too much. Let's not let him in our league. And that's what they're trying to do. But I don't commend them for it. I'm with you. The NFL is a scam. It always has been. It always will be.
And here's the thing, man. Look, man, it's Andy. It's actually, again, they need him there to serve as this scapegoat that we're going to serve up, because the public just needs to see the perception that there is law. That's what I'm trying to tell you. No, this guy, again, the perception, Andy, no, it's not even about, as far as what you just said is a little bit more intricate than it actually is. They would not want to give the idea of any form or even the hint of impropriety. So they're going to, at the very least, make sure that they publicize and project a very sturdy and very consistent level of standard, Mr. Sanzata. So the NFL now has it, just like they use Donahue in the NBA. And they're going to tell you it's one guy, and no. I'm telling you, they don't want any parts of it, like to even allow him to get on a team. And if they keep telling you he can't be in, if he keeps applying and doing this and that, no, this young man is probably receiving checks for his participation and character, execution. So I'm not going with any of it. I feel like this young man is a plant. He is there for a specific purpose. He is executing an agenda. And in doing so, the public is being deceived further into the fact that the devil doesn't exist. And we all know how that go. Sit tight.
When sports need a voice that doesn't play games, it's Andre of the Savages on Black and White Sports, 100.7 The Ticket.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call Low Cost Airlines. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available.
Call now, toll free, 800-558-5635.
What's going on? Everything all right?
Oh, yeah, going great. Just figuring out if I have enough to feed my family and my gas tank.
I hear ya. Prices are up everywhere, except for Vito's Pizza.
Oh, that's right. Both the Tailgater 20 and the Tailgater 30.
With the Tailgater 20, I got a large 2-topping pizza, a choice of small bread or salad, and a 2-liter pop, all for $20. Or you could grab the Tailgater 30 and get a large specialty pizza, medium 2-topping pizza, your choice of a small bread or salad, and a 2-liter of pop for only $30.
Wow, I can definitely save money with those deals.
Should also try their new pepperoni trifecta pizza. The family loves that with a side of garlic Romano twists or Vito's chicken wings.
Got any leftovers?
Nope.
A slice. Come on.
Eat more for less with Vito's Pizza Tailgater 20 and Tailgater 30 now through the big game. Feed the family not just on game days, but every day with options that won't just feed, but fill. And oh, so delicious. Order tonight at Vitos.com. This is Black and White Sports on 100.7 The Ticket.
Black and White Sports, Wikipedia Wednesday. As we have said, NFL draft, we continue the conversation. We will here in a moment as we have just crossed the bottom of the hour. Shout out again to Mama Mary's. Don't forget 17.76% off your order when you do it online. A couple of more thank yous today because we didn't get a chance to ring the bell today. Shout out again to Dennis Hobson was in here. So we had to break frame a little bit, jump out of the ordinary. And we were glad to do that. And I know Brother Butler didn't mind either, but we want to shout out Anthony Butler. He is the master barber and stylist, ladies. Don't forget that. Hey, it's a Wednesday, so you can make that call today and get something done today before he gets out of there, I would imagine. I don't know. It's around 6, though, so you never know. But he has been known to stay after hours, man, to make sure all the people get taken care of. So that's one of the great things about going to his shop. All right, 419-407-0880 plus that 5-star Google rating should inspire you to do exactly that. So thank you to him. Didn't get a chance to shout him out in the first hour, along with my good friends at Powell's Beauty Supply. This has been going on the better part of over 30, north of 30 plus years. I want to say around 35, to be honest with you. So shout out to the family there, the Powells. All right, supporting Everything Savvy Television since we started it in 2007. Also, Consignment Home Interiors. Thank you, Tony, Jackie. 6925 is where you can find them in their showroom where you can change your decor without spending more. My man Grant Maxey should be along here shortly. I know he's trying to get set up, man, in his studios or what have you. So we'll look forward to talking to him, get our young dogs around here, get some energy on this NBA draft. Night 1. And our man, Sad Man, is here. He's on the phone lines today, though, but he has returned, and we appreciate that. Appreciate him. Sad Man, welcome back in, and we continue. Did you get any of the NBA draft at all, sir?
Yeah, I watched the first, 7 or 8 picks, just to see, what would happen near the top. No surprises to me, really. I actually thought Chicago might take Keaton Wagler because of him being from Illinois to help sell some tickets, but they went with need over that and taking Caleb Wilson. The Cavs traded their pick to Sacramento late in the first round. I think they might have a pick tonight. They're probably looking for another wing, maybe a backup forward or point guard. But nothing really stood out to me. No real surprises, no real major trades. I think the Wizards got it right, for what they have. I think if Trae Young hadn't signed Sev, they might have gone with Darren Peterson. But the fact that Young signed that extension, they went in the direction of DeMonson.
Well, I don't know. I think they go that direction too, because you just actually ending up with the better player. We're gonna find out here. A couple of things we talked about when I talked to Monty, talking to Andy here in a moment. I'm gonna add my man Grant to this conversation here momentarily as well. But no, Andy, it's a few things I wanted to say. First, let me shout out Rick too, man, as I go down this street, man, because it's Bulls. He said he liked what was going on in the draft. Rick, I do too. And I think, man, when you mention this Wilson kid, man, I think this is kind of a sleepy sleep here. This kid is kind of I'm looking, and I don't like making too much comment based on these tapes. I try to warn people about letting these editors of B-roll get you and intoxicate you. But I've watched enough hours of just about everybody on the list, certainly the top 10 guys. Matter of fact, let me not even get into it. Let me get Grant in here, man, and quit joking around, man. All guests and calls brought to you by the Bellamere Suites wake-up call line. And as I mentioned, we finally have worked through a few items here and there, everybody. I think we got everything on deck like we needed. But like I said, I needed to get some young energy around here. And this young man, some of you should know this name when I share. But here's the thing. He was kind enough to look out for the old dog and give me a chance, man, to look like I actually knew what I was doing and I knew what I was talking about. So in the spirit of that and the fact that he's more like a nephew to me in many regards, not for air today, but with that said, man, I'm very honored, man. I'm proud. I'm excited to have him. He goes by, as we said, Josh, Max Dollars. And Josh said it was appropriate. He felt it was appropriate, right? And the reason I couldn't find the podcast, people, because he didn't tell me he cut it off. I didn't know he did an early retirement on me, man. Grant Maxey, again, former Star Spartan in the beginning, but again, champion with the Scott Bulldogs. What's up, sir?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Oh, man, a little better every day. We're excited, man, to have you. Thanks for doing this, too, because I know it was I hit you suddenly, man. I didn't mean to, but it was just the timing of the draft. I know you're real heavy on really all sports conversation, but namely the NBA, college basketball, and just being a hoop head and a real hooper yourself. I thought it would be really good, man, to get you in here and get your energy on some of these things. And the obviously night one of the draft would be a perfect place to start.
Yeah, for sure. First of all, I want to appreciate y'all for having me on, Josh. I appreciate the emails, Dre. It's all love, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just like to my bad on my part, because I'll just say I thought I was dialing a 5. It was really a 9. So
yesterday.
Bad.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was,
No
Grant.
problem.
Yeah, yesterday, yeah, Josh, he's a good man. He was like, oh my goodness, tell Grant I did a phone call that you didn't get. That's what it was. And Josh, so yeah, but we got it straight, man. You here.
It's all good. Yeah, it worked out. It worked out, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So
Sam, man, we got you. Yeah, no doubt, brother. No doubt. Sam, man, we still got you too, man. Phone lines.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, cool, man. Grant, that's my man too. That's Andy Sanzada, Grant Mack. But hold on. Andy, you might remember Grant. Andy was a BCSN guy too back in the day. Because I think, Grant, what was your year, man? Your senior year?
06.
06?
Yeah,
that's right in the range.
No,
You was gone by then? Okay.
Gone by then.
Okay, but yeah, that's what it is, though. But yeah, Grant, big superstar, man, back in his day, everybody. We're going to come to some of that in a minute, but we got to get to some of this, sir. I imagine you took in first round last night. Okay.
Yeah.
So let me do this. Let me start on this because we've had this conversation a couple times today with the fellas. Your quick thoughts on was it correct at number one? Did they get it right at number one? Washington get it right, and did Utah get the man that they should have gotten here?
Well, of course, because if you look at the roster, you can't bring in a dominant guard with Trae Young there. That never worked out with Atlanta. So you got to bring in a big. And then you also know that Anthony Davis is not going to be healthy. So bring in a young kid who's going to be healthy and going to be there, who wants to play, is going to be good for the organization. So I think they chose correctly according to what they need. But honestly, I tell you, I think the draft is overrated nowadays. I think what position, who goes at what, I think is just it's all smokescreen now because they don't play college long enough. You don't realize who they really are as a player. You don't get to buy into the story because you're buying into a high school player. High school player is not developed yet. You know what I'm saying? So, I do think they got it right, but I do think they should change a couple things up.
Talking to my man Grant Max in here, Andy Sanzada's here, everybody. So let me do this with you fellas, man. Let me see. Let's bounce this around. Let's see if we can and sort of assess whether or not it's good fits. Okay, here or there. And let me ask you this opinion question, Andy. This goes to you too, and you, Grant. Now, Grant, let me give you some of the backstory. We had the whole conversation during the finals and what was happening in the and specifically the Western Finals, with OKC and the Spurs. And we had the whole deal with the Chet, Wemby, all of that. And let me even speak to it, or have you speak to it rather, from your own experience, man. And if there's ever been a player in your history, I hope it was never you at any time where there was somebody in opposition that you had genuine trepidation with out there on the court to where it affected your mental approach, your entire perhaps standard is now in question on the display we saw from Holmgren. Yes, you can have bad games, Grant, but you can't have a guy out there targeting you and telling you that as the better player, you will not only be shown to be the lesser guy, but also perhaps we will reconsider your value entirely. And I ask you that because I feel like the OKC pick of Mara, my UM guy, and that same body structure and everything else, I'm feeling like we're seeing the early traces of Chet Holmgren being on his way out because of how he let those guys and SGA down. Any thoughts there, young fella?
Yeah, no, I think it's a twofold question. If you really pay attention to what was happening, it was a psychology thing. The media was bringing up all the old stuff on how Chet used to lose to Wemby and how they used to match up just to get the storyline. But for Chet, that's a psychological thing because now he's remembering all the times that he failed, all the times that he never stepped up in front of Wemby, and the whole world is seeing it. And now he's at the biggest stage of his career, and he has to hurdle that hill. I don't think that he mentally was ready for that fight because the whole world is telling me that he's going to fail, So I think that if he mentally would have prepared stronger for that, I think next year he'll be better, but I think the opportunity might have missed him. But I think now that he's ran through that, I think he'll be a stronger player if he's able to, hold into what made him, choke. I want to say he choked, but I don't think he just stepped up the way he should have. You know what I'm saying? I think he should learn from the lesson, but I think it was a mental thing from the media. And then him playing Wemby these whole years, and they are kind of compatible. But the difference is Wemby's the man on his team. Chet's not the man. SGA's the man. So Chet can't go out of his body to really do what he wants or should do to Wemby because Wemby is going 100%. You know what I'm saying? He's not holding back. He's going crazy. Chet, I feel like with being a 2-3 number on the team, he didn't have the opportunity to kind of go crazy like how he should because it's SGA team. He's the MVP, not Chet.
Sam, man, jump in there.
I don't think Holmgren's going anywhere, Sav. I disagree with that. I think that the reason they drafted Morrow was to take the pressure away from Holmgren so he wouldn't have to guard Wemby. I think that they really like, Chet helped them win a title. I think they acknowledge that. They're not just going to look at one playoff series and then trade a guy. If they do, I'll be shocked. I think that Mara fits what they're looking for in terms of the roster, and I think that'll help build Chet's confidence knowing he's got backup.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Black and White Sports here on this Wednesday, man. I love it, man. I got my young dog in here, man. Grant Maxey with us, everybody, today. Andy Sanzada back off of a hiatus. Josh, do we need to get one more break here? The last
yes,
one. Should we do. All right, let's do this, fellas. And I'm going to come back. And like I said, we're going to talk about where is the good fit kind of here at the top of this thing last night. And I get you guys' opinions on where a lot of these guys landed and the potential with that. All right, so we will come back and try to finish it strong. It's a Wednesday. We are in draft mode, night 2. Sit tight.
Join Andre of the Savages, weekdays 4 to 6 on Black and White Sports, ESPN 100.7 The Ticket.
Upgrading to a smart home? Only Vivint offers a fully integrated smart home system. Every device works together seamlessly. Call Vivint now and get free professional installation, $200 off your initial order, and 0% APR financing for up to 60 months. Plus, you can get 24/7 professional monitoring for as little as $1 a day. Upgrade your home to a Vivint Smart Home. For your free quote, call
800-853-6497.
Better than lag, shared speeds, and throttling. Luckily, there's Rocket. Fast, no hassle, fiber-powered internet. For just $9.99, you can get 600 megs with a 3-year price guarantee. And if you need more speed, 1 gig is only $19.99. No shared speeds, no throttling, no nonsense. Ditch the fixed wireless and get the best internet deal in the galaxy at GetRocketInternet.com.
If you've been in an accident that wasn't your fault, well, your favorite attorney has a message for you. Collision, calamity, catastrophe. If you want money, you need an attorney. You need a bulldog. That's why you got to call the number on your screen now. They'll help you connect to a legal expert. You have questions, they have answers. These bulldogs will make sure people pay. And if you don't get paid, the attorneys don't get paid. Pick up that phone and call now to see what your case could be worth.
800-370-5435.
And adults with moderately.
Cold drinks, family dinner, live entertainment, or the big game, Danny's has something for everyone. Enjoy 2 covered patios, a rooftop deck, and the excitement of Northwest Ohio's favorite sports destination. Voted Toledo's #1 sports bar, Danny's Cafe is fun for all ages. Come see why so many people call Danny's Cafe their home away from home, the world's cleanest restaurant.
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
We're going to win. And when we win, our coaching staff is going to get rated and people are going to come after our coaches because we're going to win.
ESPN 100.7, The Ticket.
Final time. Let's get out of here. Josh, you know that's a dangerous one. That's a heavy, that's a theme. It's a theme. You're crazy. Don't test these people, man.
I'm at the point where I'm just headed with them. I
understand
I'm
that.
willing to make sacrifices. I didn't ask for an amputation.
Yeah, well, that's your nation. That's because you think you live in a free country. That's the problem. When you stop you believing that, you'll be all right.
And I know they have rules to set by, but there's also a rule that we don't have to abide by their product.
Yeah, well, when it's the few 100 million people locked in there, you kind of got to dance with it a little bit.
Yeah, but there's a few 100 million people that say that when that thing goes away, there'll be a roar of applause and relief that everything's changed for the better.
Well, on June 24th of 2026, what you talking about ain't meaning a damn thing because they running everything right now. So with that, welcome back, everyone. Final time in here is Black and White Sports and not necessarily C-SPAN, but we are in here to, again, see our way back to sports conversation. Okay, Grant Maxey is with us, everybody. First time in the building. We like that. Appreciate his energy coming through. on the short notice, and my man Sanzada is back in here too, man, on a brief hiatus. So feeling back up to snuff, man, with the health. And we appreciate both of these guys in here, man, rocking with us before we get out of here. Just talking about the draft before we went out the back. Real quick, any thoughts on, because I want to talk about where the good fit is, I guess, man, and get you guys' thoughts. But I was actually kind of proud of the Detroit Pistons, man, Grant, with the with the contribution to history here. Our man Kareem Lopez. But I think for me too, it was his energy, man. Everybody's, I think, grateful on some level, but some guys, Grant, you know what I mean? It's a little bit more evident. And I don't know if you got a chance to see that young man after his selection, but shout out to the Pistons on making that pick because he can play some ball too.
No, for sure. It's an emotional journey if you get selected. I mean, some players, they already know their destiny. You know what I'm saying? They've been pre-selected 10 years ago to know that they're going to the league. But some people, it's a surprise. And when you make it, you really make that thing a reality. Emotions, everything comes out. So, if you feel it, let it out.
Andy, did you did you get a chance to see this Jefferson kid at all, or did you hear the mention about this young man who wasn't invited to the to the televised portion last night? Did you hear about him at all?
No, I'm not familiar with that story.
Okay, well, check this out though. Grant, how about you? Did you hear about the Jefferson kid?
No, I didn't.
Let me get this kid's name. Listen, just real quick to tell you guys a story. Let me make sure we get his hookup right, man.
It's Joshua Jefferson.
Josh Jefferson. Thank you, Josh. Of course, Josh will get that. But listen, this guy, and usually you get the invite, man. You know what's going on. You know the program we putting on. You know whether or not to get you fit and all the things, whether or not we're going to see you. And sometimes it's risky because if you don't get selected, on night one or what have you, we know how that can go in reverse, right?
Right.
Well, this guy from the department, and I know both of you gentlemen can appreciate what I'm about to say and how I'm going to spin it. When we often talk about having the appropriate level of faith and that it meeting preparation, opportunity, and all of that, this young man showed up anyway and just got a ticket to go be in the stands, even though he was a draft hopeful in general, but he wasn't invited, knew he wasn't invited, and didn't necessarily expect to probably hear his name at all, but just wanted to be in the experience and had no qualms about anything. Young man got his name called, man, walked across the stage, shook the commissioner's hand last night.
You never know. You just never know.
You know what I'm saying? And look at the good Lord right there showing that, most of us, I say it because most of us aren't going to make the move because we wait on something on the other end. We need to know that it's going to work out. We need to know that we're on the agenda. And I just thought that was important, man. People should know that. That's one of those stories that maybe got, obviously, like I said, you guys hadn't heard that. And I thought that was incredible. You know what I mean? It definitely did something to me in my own, consideration of when you hold yourself back or come up with a reason not to make the move without knowing what's on the other side. So shout out to that for sure, man. So shout out to it, and we appreciate that for sure. All right, let me run down a couple of these, man, before we get out of here. Let me start with A. Cuff Jr. Grant, what you think about that? Kings fan base love it. This guy is a real and certainly can be terror. I think we might be on to something. And is it the appropriate type of starting block in Sacramento? Because I don't know where you would begin there, but obviously they feel this is a good place.
Yeah, no, I think it would be a good it's a good choice for Sacramento. I mean, he's a down playing guard, very aggressive. Their history isn't really rich with high performance guards. I mean, the best guard I would say they ever had that provided any type of spark was Bibby. So since then they kind of had like a downfall, but I think that he can mature in Sacramento and do well. I mean, if not, he'll get traded and go to a better team. That's what everybody else does,
And he was a high octane man during that tournament, man, and highly featured. What do you think, man, will be the outcome? Is this a good place to maybe turn this corner, man? In Sacramento hasn't been much to speak of for a while.
Yeah, I think if he goes in with the right attitude and, understands his role as a rookie, he can be successful. But if he goes in and tries to just take over that team and pull a Ja Morant, I don't think that it's going to bode well for him. But he seems to be a humble young man. He was the reason I put Arkansas in my Final Four in the bracket because I thought he was just going to be unstoppable in the tournament.
Yeah.
So he has the ability to score 20 or 30 a night. It's just a matter of, can he do it at the NBA level, and can he fit his style of game into the NBA? That's going to be the thing I'm going to be keeping an eye on in Sacramento.
Grant, Caleb Wilson, man, is this the real sleeper here? The guy we probably should be talking about a little bit more at this top of this thing here.
I don't know. Caleb Wilson is a great player. If he calls Garnett, right, and trains with Garnett, I believe that he will be a high octane player. Chicago, I don't know though. It depends on where you go. Chicago is an iffy place for a star to become because it's tough. It's tough to play in Chicago. It's tough.
Right.
It's tough. So I think he could. I think he's a sleeper. I think he could develop. Give him 3 years, he'll be fine. But he needs to give that call to KG to develop the game some more.
Hey, and let me ask you this: my man Yak. So, what does he bring to whatever is left of Golden State? You know what I'm saying? How do I even ask that? Because I don't know what we're getting ready to do. I feel like I know, but what does this do? What does he actually do to that equation?
Well, you're talking about the Big Ten Player of the Year. He's obviously got a lot of talent. He won a national championship. He's got winning experience. He was coached by a great coach. So he can take all that with him to a veteran team. But I don't know that he's going to be an impact right away to help them get back to where they want to go one last time. I just don't think that he has that yet. I think he's a developmental piece. I don't think he's going to be an instant success.
What you think about Yaks?
I think
Max?
he's oh, my bad.
No, you good. I was just saying, no, I said, what you think about Yaks, Max?
I think he's Draymond's replacement. You know, I think because you think about it, same style of play, college, kind of the same player, setting rebounds, picks, scoring is okay. Draymond is replaceable when you get a type of player that's the same. Steph is going to be Steph because his ability to shoot is not going to go away. He just has to stay healthy with his ankles, and he can do that. You know, he tiptoeing around. So I really think that this is a strategic move to get Draymond a replacement because he brings too much attention that's negative to the franchise. And even though he's a Hall of Famer, I mean, I think it's about the time for him to go and get out of there.
There's some exclusive hype. What about that? And there you go. So we're gonna watch that as we get into it. I can't get into it necessarily today. Most of you, we're gonna come back. I get on this young man card, man. I like the Lakers picking him. Also, too, I wanted to talk about Amen. Also, he's a guy I didn't even know this was what was happening with Miami. Them making the pick, but him ending up in Milwaukee is an excellent addition to. Again, I think Milwaukee being able to really kind of give itself a foundational chance, man, to sort of pivot here. And that young man is going to be a very interesting young talent. Trust me there. I'm sad that he's not in the Miami thing and what has to be done there because we were looking at it, you know, what are they getting ready to do? And I thought that was going to be a first pick and a first move by those guys. But like that young man as well. But listen, guys, I know we got to go, man. We up against it out of here, and I wish it had been started a little bit sooner. Maybe we can come back, man, and get at this thing tomorrow. Andy, I know you will be around. Grant, we're going to talk to your agent, man, and see what we can do because you definitely came in here and cut it up, brother. And I want to give the people some background on you and help everybody catch up to what you're doing now and post college play and all this other stuff, man. But I appreciate you coming in here today. My apologies that we up against this clock, sir.
Not a problem. I'll go. Let me know when you want.
Absolutely, man. Grab Maxie, everybody. Scott Bulldog, okay? City champion. And again, real diehard hooper. And we know this. Josh Burnham, thank you very much, sir. It was a wild one. Please don't go off on Facebook, sir. We got to compromise with him, Josh. We got to do business, man. For now. Just for now.
Yeah, my patience is
now.
wearing
I know.
thin.
I know it. I don't want that happening, man. Andy Sanzada, thank you, man. Appreciate you every day and always. We'll get back at it tomorrow. A lot to do. All you guys, thank you for being here on this Wednesday. And we will try to do better on Thursday, God willing. And Monty Features, appreciate you. And of course, certainly last but not least, man, the great, the legendary, Mr. Dennis Hobson. Thank you very much, Coach, for coming through here today, too, on the Impromptu. Everybody, I am Andre of the Savages. Please be kind, be respectful, be nice. Never cheat on your wife. And by all means, handle your business today. Night 2 of the draft. We'll be back to chop it tomorrow.
Where we're at now, it can't be what is the end going to look like. It has to be we have to take care of business today. and then tomorrow.
There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow.
His Store and More, the Man Superstore Studios. This